kicked that trash can today. Living that hobo life. The reason we want to stop at Pierre's today is because he is closed on Wednesdays, at least until a little bit later on in the game. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sell one of these leeks, and I'm going to hang on to this other dandelion just because we want to make sure we have everything we need for the community center. Going forward, we can sell all of them basically once we get to that point. So I think, let's see, let's get, how much with 350. So let's do 4 potatoes. That leaves us with 150. Let's get 2 tulips. I don't really care about kale. And I don't really care about the other stuff. So with the rest of this, I am going to get cauliflower. Actually, I'll do 1 more potato and 1 more bean starter. So next time around, what I'm going to do is buy some more parsnips and maybe some of those other few things that I didn't get yet. But this basically gives me pretty much everything I need to fill my quota for the community center other than those parsnips that I'm talking about. So because we want to start gathering that wood, we're going to go back to the farm early, throw some stuff in our box, and then basically plant these seeds and start chopping wood around the farm. Oh, I meant to go over to Gunther. It's no big deal. We can do that tomorrow because basically, you know, tomorrow or the next day. So I'm going to save those for now and then plant these things here. Get rid of that rock. All right, so we have, let's see, 8 things to plant. So let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we're chopping wood today anyway, so let's get rid of this. 7, 8. All right, so plant this on the end here because it's going to be a pain. 4, 5, 1, 2. All right, grab the watering can, water this stuff, and then start chopping some more wood. Don't need to worry about filling up the watering can for tomorrow because, as we saw, it's going to rain tomorrow, so we don't have to worry about it. Alright, I'm going to start off by chopping some smaller pieces of wood, but as the day goes forward, I might end up chopping down some of these bigger trees too, just because if we have the energy for it, why not? Alright, let's see, there's some over here. So you notice right there, like I chopped one, walked away, chopped another one, and I realized I didn't hear the notification that I had gotten the first one. So when you're doing this, just make sure that you're not walking away from pieces of wood that you've chopped, because that's just a total waste of your energy. And early on, that is definitely your most valuable commodity in this game. Like, sure, we're poor and have $0, but it's a lot better to have no money than to pass out and then basically owe money that you don't even have. Alright, so really what we're doing for the rest of this day is just walking around and doing this. It's not super interesting to either play probably or to watch, but the reason that we're doing this is because it is so super valuable to get that bridge early on for the purposes of more valuable foraging. The other thing is, you know, you're going to need wood to do a lot of stuff in the game early on that's going to be helpful for making money, storing items, all of that kind of stuff. So just make sure that, you know, even though this seems like you'd much rather be walking around and, you know, exploring all of Stardew Valley, that's really not the best way to be spending your time at this point in the game. If you do that, you're just going to run out of energy really fast, and you're not going to actually accomplish anything for the day. See, missed that piece of wood, so make sure I go back and get it, wander around this way. So as you can see, like here and there, I'm, you know, scything a little bit of that grass as I'm walking through these weeds or whatever they are that give us the fiber, but it's not the end of the world as long as you have some, because it's going to keep growing and expanding all the way up until the winter. So our axe is not strong enough to mess with those logs yet, so don't even try, because you're just going to waste energy and get a notification that you're not strong enough yet, so don't do it. If you're chopping these pieces of wood close to the water, try and make sure you get behind them, because otherwise you can lose them in the water, and then that's just a waste too. This is all stuff that a year or two into the game you are not going to even give a second thought, because you're not going to care at all whether or not you lose that one stupid piece of wood as you're chopping stuff. But for this point in the game, see, we lost one, so that's really annoying. You're going to be really annoyed if you are losing a bunch of stuff that you're doing, because you're just going to have to go to bed at 4 o'clock in the afternoon and you'll have missed half of the items that you were trying to gather. And as much as I know a lot of us would probably like to be able to pass out at 4 o'clock on any given day and really suffer no negative consequences, it's really a waste of your time here in Stardew Valley. Oh, see, so I was positioned wrong. My axe is not strong enough to break this stump. That was a waste. So make sure you're actually properly aligned when you're doing this stuff. I'm trying to save as many, energy points as I can, but at the end of the day, everyone's going to make some mistakes. Just try and be aware of what you're doing as you're doing it. I've also picked up a couple extra wild seeds, so I'm going to try and get those planted before the end of the day as well. Okay. Alright, so we're getting into the red, so I'm going to head down to this area of the farm for just a minute to clear some of this out so it's easier for us to get in and out of here. Chop another couple pieces of wood and then plant these seeds, and we'll probably end up having to call it a day. Oop, there's another one of those cute little frogs. So as you can see, we are amassing a lot of fiber, which for now we can do absolutely nothing with, but it doesn't take long. See, I can't see what this is, so oh, didn't need to do that. Could have used the scythe. Oh well, should have tried that first. Okay. Alright, we're getting pretty low on energy, so let's head back up there, make sure we can get these couple of seeds planted before we pass out for the night, and then maybe I'll chop down a couple small trees or pieces of wood up near this way. Alright, so got 2, so let's see. 1, 2. Grab the watering can again. Oh, 5. Wow, hold on. I was luckier than I thought I would be today with our poor luck. Alright, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, so plant those. 4, 5. Water them. Starting to get exhausted. That's 7:10, so that's not terribly bad for the first day. Alright, so going straight to bed because we don't want to pass out for the night, and that will be the end of our second day. Basically, what we accomplished today was we got quite a few pieces of wood toward that 300, which is great because that means tomorrow, as we're going to be spending basically the entire day just chopping wood in order to get to that 300, we will be able to hopefully do it before the end of the day and actually walk over there and complete the bridge. Whether or not we can actually do that will just sort of be a matter of luck, as well as a matter of how efficient you are with your axe strokes as you're cutting stuff down, as well as how many smaller pieces of wood you can find around the farm and maybe down in Cindersap Forest as well. The other thing we accomplished today was basically getting at least a couple of the rest of the things that we need for the community center, which will be really helpful going forward because all of these things do take at least a little bit of time to grow, and there's probably going to be some at least small rate of attrition from crows. Hopefully we level up fast and end up being able to get some scarecrows so that risk gets minimized and we're not basically throwing money away on those stupid birds. But, I guess they need to eat too, so we can't be too mad about it. But that's why we're buying multiples of all of these items. The other good news is some of those wild seeds you get may end up being actually helpful farm items like a potato or something like that. Other times they're things that you would otherwise be foraging for, but basically you just got those for free by wandering around and scything down those weeds, chopping wood, all that stuff. And so basically what you're doing is saving yourself some money, but make sure you plant them the day that you get them early on, because that way if they're one of the longer growing things, you'll make sure that they're done by the end of the season. So basically that's the end of the first day here. What we've accomplished so far is getting all the seeds we needed planted. We picked up a fishing rod from Willie today so he can keep the art of fishing alive. Thanks to his old pappy. And basically at this point, what we're going to do is go to bed before we pass out. And I will see you guys tomorrow in Alice in Walkthroughland. Have a good day. Bye.